Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Oh, we're recording. GP Does PG. This is episode number 28. Podcast finally got the dream team together, is what I like to call us. Nolan Allan, the sound guy, he was our last guest last episode, and Devon Kavanagh.
Hey, it's good to be here.
Yeah, get to talk right into the mic.
Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Great to be here again.
Yeah, it's like hopefully you didn't have anything else to do. Taking you 2 weeks in a row. But it's not even, it's like an hour out of your day. It's actually kind of fun, I think.
Yeah.
I get a lot out of it.
Yeah, like what else are you going to do?
Yeah,
right?
it's kind of hard to hold a conversation for an hour, I find. I just like get all the interesting stuff out of the way. If anything I ever had planned to talk, usually it just flies right by and then I'm just sitting there. When I had Grinch the Airbrush Artist on, he really felt it too. He was just like 20 minutes in, looks at the clock. Oh, geez, 40 more minutes, eh? It's like, like, oh, that's kind of awkward.
I don't know how you do it.
It was kind of an awkward episode, but I love it all at the same time. It's so good. He, behind the scenes secret, he brought up a can of clam chowder, and he ate it before. He didn't even heat it up. He brought a can opener with him too, a fork.
Just like straight out of the can?
Yeah.
Oh.
Not heated up or anything. I'm like,
I feel like especially with like seafood, when you get like food poisoning from that. I guess it's preserved
it's
in the
pre-cooked
can, but
and everything.
Pre-cooked,
Yeah. It just wouldn't taste as good because it's not hot. Heat is such a element in taste. It was like, if it was like cold French toast, I would have judged him. You can't, or cold pancakes. That's the worst. Cold French toast.
I don't mind cold pancakes.
I was about to say the same thing, man.
Really, heat is such an important element. It's just like when you have a cheese sandwich and it's so boring, but then you fry it.
Sandwiches are cold though, so it's like
Yeah.
pancake.
I
Throw some like peanut butter and jam on there, and on a cold pancake is so good.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Oh man, did I say 88.7 CFUR? I always forget to do that at the top of the show, but now I did. So now
Yeah,
we're
we're
set.
clear. We're
it's
good.
Like, it's always the question. The first stinger is it a question? Are you listening to the 88.7? You could be listening online, and you get to view us, all of our beautiful faces. You get a real side view of me. I don't have a really professional. I hope we're just in focus. That's all I care about.
Oh man, that's always rough, hey?
Yeah, it was just like an out of focus shot for the whole time. The whole hour is like, ugh, do I even bother? Just make it an audio only show.
Yeah. Like, like a podcast, it's primarily like an audio format. You know, you're talking to people on air and it's broadcast on radio. But like, if you're talking about like film or like video, like how do you describe? You have to really describe it well, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, with that blurry focus. Like the people listening right now on the radio, they can't tell if it's blurry or out of focus. But
Yeah, but I don't know if it lives that long. I guess we got a couple replays throughout the week too. So if this goes to air on this Saturday at 7, it'll also go to air next Monday at 9 p.m. and then next Thursday at 9 a.m. I'm thinking about commandeering those slots and just coming up here and doing it live anyway.
mm-hmm.
I think if you do that, then you got to plug it every time. You got to say those times every time you plug C for
Oh yeah, that's right.
GP podcast at blah 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 blah.
Maybe I'll do that
Monday
like
at
once
9.
in the show
Yeah,
because I don't really like that'd be like one spot. I don't really want to.
Yeah, it's a good way to like end it, or if there's like a intermission or commercial break or whatever.
Oh yeah,
Just,
every
like,
time
throw
the
it in,
camera,
yeah.
every time the camera skips out halfway through the show, 30 minutes in or
Yeah.
28 minutes in or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching the podcast like on YouTube, and I was like, oh, like I see like the viz for the brief intermission, blah blah blah. But I was like expecting like the old timey like popcorn music. Let's all go to the lobby, like something like that. Like,
I wonder if that's in the public domain. That must. I wonder
it's
how
so
old that
it
is.
should be, right? No,
I'm not even sure.
It might be
No.
like a 70s thing. You know, it might be so new. It just seems classic to us because we're young.
You know what? Make your own. Make your own. Just grab like that little like broken piano thing you have, and then just like play a little tune and do 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 do.
I was thinking now that marijuana is legal, just actually playing one of my Pink Riot songs about marijuana and just filming myself in my natural habitat or something. But that's kind of, is that risky business?
Probably.
I don't know, but it's legal now at the same time.
Yeah, cops will ask you like, "Have you ever smoked weed?" and search your vehicle.
But you're allowed to carry up to 28 grams.
Garrett Perry.
I've seen your YouTube. I'd feel honored. I'd be like, oh, you know me?
Yeah.
I'd get excited. I'd be like, yes.
What are the rules for this kind of thing here? Since we're broadcasting out to Prince George, like what do we have to like? What are guidelines for like cussing?
I don't believe we're allowed to.
Okay.
There's been times where I have, and I just quickly blow over it.
Yeah.
But I've sworn on the radio. I think.
But we can talk.
I think I swore on the last episode. I said the S word.
Yeah.
And I just quickly the stuff.
I don't know if they're allowed
stuff,
to. Are they allowed to say the S word though now, or like a certain amount?
Maybe.
Of times?
Isn't it like the context? Like if you're talking about like fecal matter, you shouldn't say it. But if you're talking about like stuff, you're allowed to say it. It's all about that context.
I have no idea. I think
yeah.
the rule of thumb is like if someone complains, that's the problem.
Yeah.
If no one complains and you swear, it's no big deal.
Mm-hmm.
But
What about, like,
is that the official rules? No one complains. It's okay.
I don't know if that's the official. Yeah, it's just like don't push any boundaries.
Yeah.
Which I feel like I've pushed the boundaries plenty. I don't know why. I just feel like it's like, is anybody listening? I'll just push the boundaries today. And
What about drugs? Are we talking about drugs here?
yeah, we can
Is
talk
this
about
like Joe
drugs.
Rogan's podcast?
Joe Rogan's podcast for sure.
I feel like Elon Musk right now. Like totally.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. If we just like roll up a doob and smoke up. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
But I don't think we're allowed to smoke in here. I brought a pop into studio today, but I'm not going to open it. I'm going to like go drink it after the show, I guess.
That could be a really good like radio sound though. Just like of the pop opening.
Oh yeah.
Also, that
like,
was just sound effects. That wasn't actually the real pop opening there.
we're just drinking a beer right now.
Yeah.
Theater of the mind. We're getting dirty looks from Studio B.
Yeah. So, what do you wanna talk about today?
Well, like the fact that I do videotape this and I put it on YouTube, and for an average of 20 viewers to 50 viewers, I don't know how many people watch it all the way through, but it's just my experiences with YouTube watching podcasts. I've even watched like just the audio podcast, like the Bill Burr podcast on YouTube, just because it's an easy outlet. And when I was trying to set up the podcast for the audio only, everybody wanted money, but YouTube didn't. So I was wondering what are your podcast viewing / hearing experiences like?
I mostly listen on YouTube.
Same, eh?
Yeah.
So is the visual component important to you?
Not really. Like sometimes I do other stuff while I'm listening to a podcast.
Yeah, for us, we only have the one shot of us, and we don't really have very much going on besides the conversation.
Well, there's definitely like potential there to, like throw in like some viz, like some photos or like there's so many references to some of the past works you've done, like the GP Does and Garrett and Carl show. So like there's potential for like kind of cuts of that. Throw
Right.
that over top
and
of
then
the viz.
on top of the podcast, it'd be like a
Yeah.
documentary feel to it too. And then there's been times where I have put pictures over top of the podcast. The one I did with Joe, I just went crazy and started putting really dark blue filters on and distorting the image. Just no one said anything. There's no comments. I don't think I've had a comment on a GP Does on my YouTube. On Facebook, I get a few. But then on the podcast specifically, I don't think I have any comments. I think my mom commented on one.
Number one fan right there.
Yeah, my mom's my number one fan. Thankfully, there's at least one person.
Oh my God, everyone loves their mom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In terms of me and like my podcast viewing, I guess I like the highlight reels of Joe Rogan's podcast for sure. He's got some really cool guests on there. I love the guy who talks about mushrooms.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So just like the highlight reel, so you don't watch the full episodes?
I do. They're long though. It's like some are like 2-3 hours, and like for me, I was talking to Nolan about this on the way here. It's like who has time to like sit down and have a YouTube video playing for 3 hours? Like, that's a lot. That's a lot of time.
I've watched so many podcasts over the last couple of weeks, and it's just like because all I have is time at the moment, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like filling up my day.
Yeah. Well,
And
like you can always do something else. Like Nolan was talking about multitasking, gaming or whatever,
Right.
writing, doing what you want to do. Have that as filler, right?
Yeah, I've been painting actually. With the last couple paintings, I was listening to podcasts as I was painting. Even the one on my episode, I was listening to a podcast, and then I just narrated the video afterwards. Changed it up a little bit.
yeah.
Did a really short one,
Breaking the mold.
a 5x7 canvas, a small one compared to my last couple episodes.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I was doing speed painting, just trying to get it done, and I think I got to condense it down, even do it faster.
Yeah, nice. Pretty soon you're gonna be one of those people on the street with like the spray paint and making like the huge like cityscapes.
Oh man, those guys are so cool.
Yeah.
I remember seeing that in New York. Those were awesome. I think my sister bought some, or one of her friends bought one. The layout of New York is pretty sweet.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. Yeah, I've seen like the San Francisco Bridge one.
Nice.
They have like the bridge there, and it's like all black, and then it's just this
I like
galaxy behind it. It's
the
very
galaxy paintings. I was going to say, those
yeah.
ones are really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Real street artist type.
Yeah, what I haven't been using for podcasts though is like iTunes.
No, I haven't. I
not
haven't
at
listened
all.
to. Is that how most people get their podcasts though?
A fair amount, yeah.
That was like the go-to, right?
I think that's
sometimes I remember being frustrated, wanting to listen to some podcasts, not being able to in the past until they started uploading them to YouTube. Then I was kind of, or at least I found out that they were.
Yeah, well, that's like one of the easier RSS feeds to subscribe to is iTunes, but they ban everybody now.
Oh yeah, no,
They don't want content on there.
no,
I guess.
Alex. What's his name? The guy who's banned from everywhere. Alex Jones.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, from like Infowars or whatever.
Yeah, how
Yeah.
like they actually conspired. There's not even a conspiracy theory. This is a true conspiracy that happened not too long ago. Like everybody teamed up to get rid of this crazy guy and got him off Twitter, like took away his audience as much as they could within their power. And it's not only him, other people have been targeted too. I was listening to a podcast with Anthony Cumia lately, and I think that he was kicked off Twitter as well. That's crazy.
It's a weird kind of censorship for sure.
And these guys are creating media when it comes down to it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like the whole Alex Jones thing, like he's so crazy and over the top, right?
Yeah, but that's his brand.
It is, and like it gets people excited, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't know, I think he's like taking advantage of those people that are like believers in those kind of conspiracy theories.
A lot of
and
those
stuff.
people are like mentally ill, perhaps.
Yeah.
To say too, right?
It's
And
such
just
a
like,
rabbit
or
hole.
or on harsh drugs like meth or something, and you do end up going down some sort of rabbit hole at some point. YouTube was bad for that. Like, just you're on conspiracy theories. Let me just pull up this conspiracy theory playlist.
Yeah.
And you just go down this rabbit hole, and it'll just take up your whole night, and then you'll be a crazy person in the morning.
Yeah. You guys ever go on Reddit?
No.
Okay.
Here and there, I don't spend like I don't go there on purpose.
Yeah.
But sometimes I get
Not
links.
on purpose. Yeah. It's definitely quite the rabbit hole at times. The reason I bring it up is because there's this. It's like Reddit trash or trashy or something like that, and talking about like people who are just mentally ill and like into conspiracy theories and stuff. Like it's the type of people you see on there. There's people that have like they got like clown tattoos on their faces and they're just like taking photos of it, and
Hardcore
posting it out
juggalos.
there. Yeah, it's just crazy. It's like, why do people do that? Like face tattoos, like a clown, Juggalo, whatever. Juggalo, yeah. Insane Clown Posse.
Yeah.
Did you ever listen to that band?
Oh, tons actually.
Yeah?
I do have a little bit of experience in some of their earlier stuff.
Aren't they like reformed now? They're like
No, that they were the whole time, and they have little hints all along. They have these 6 cards, their albums, their Joker albums, and you could go back and like, oh, there's a hidden crossword here. Look for the hidden, and there's like Jesus sitting in there and stuff. It's just like it was their plan. For one point, just like when the 6th card came out, it was something big was gonna happen, and that was the big twist.
Whoa.
Oh, we're Christian.
That's cool. Were they? So I heard rumors that they were actually like some of them were like inmates or had been to jail or were in jail when they were in the band.
Really?
Is there any proof to that?
I don't
rumor,
know.
Or
I didn't even know about that.
I
No.
think that's like they don't have their true faces, so they have like keep their identity secret to this day, which is pretty cool.
I guess like Slipknot did that too.
Yeah,
Their
but they
masks
took
and
their masks off at some point, didn't they?
Yeah. Yeah. The
Kiss was probably the best example for that for a decade. No one knew who that they looked like. And then they started to get less popular and like, what could we do? Let's take off the face paint. Like,
What a
oh,
terrible
guess what?
idea.
We're a bunch of Jews. Wow.
Yeah.
And then Gene Simmons stuck out his tongue. He's like, yeah, that's him.
That's funny. Where's that music coming from?
That's from the radio. It's kind of like bleeding through.
Ooh.
I think it's going to be on our mix.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of ambience there. It's nice. Not bad. Dun, 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 dun.
Just some. I wonder what playlist is going on. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Talking about Kiss, you guys seen that movie Role Models?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Oh man, it's pretty good. Like, who's it? Paul
Sean
Rudd,
William Scott.
Sean William Scott, and Paul Rudd. Yeah.
Yeah, he was
What
the
a
one
good
that
duo.
was obsessed with Kiss.
Yeah, that's right. Sean William Scott. And then they did the LARP session. Everyone knows what LARP is?
Yeah, live action role play.
Oh yeah, Jinx. You owe me that soda.
Oh no, my soda.
Oh yes, I'll leave your power.
No.
Yeah, but the LARP session or LARP scene at the end of that movie, so good. With McLovin, he'll always be known as McLovin.
Yeah, when he was on Kick-Ass, both of them.
Oh yeah, in Kick-Ass too. Yeah, and then Superbad, I guess, was
That's where he was McLovin.
McLovin. Yeah,
That's such a classic film.
yeah.
What are your favorite classic films?
You asking me or you
I'm
asking?
asking both y'all.
Oh, Nolan, I'll let you take this one.
I don't know. Alien.
Oh, that's a good one.
You know what? I liked Aliens even better.
Oh,
The James Cameron directed one, or is like
it's like an
more-
action.
it's more
thriller.
action.
Yeah,
It's less. Alien was really.
it's a joyride, man. That one's good.
I like Alien because it's slow. It's just like slow dread.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And space truckers are like space truckers found the alien.
yeah. That's why you don't pick up hitchhikers.
Yeah.
Moral of the story. Moral of Alien 1 right there.
And the question of what do you call it? Morality and corporations in deep space.
I never picked up on that.
Yeah, with that what Wayland Yutani, isn't that what they call it? The corporation in that story there.
Yeah. Well, just you work for this corporation and like you sign away your life and you're like expendable at all costs to bring this alien life as an asset to the corporation. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's crazy. Kind of rolling off of that because that's a horror film, obviously.
Yeah.
One of my like top films for sure is The Thing by John Carpenter.
Really?
Yeah, it's so good, man.
Is that another
Practical.
slow pace one? I don't think I've seen it actually.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
It's a bit of a slow burn, but like the practical effects and the tension, the music. Oh, he's got such a good like ear for synth, man. It's crazy. If you're into filmmaking, watch his movies. John Carpenter. I'm pretty sure everyone knows about him, but
Yeah, I've seen a documentary about John Carpenter.
he looks really old now, which is scary. He's probably going to die soon in a year or so, but hope he doesn't.
Yeah.
I don't think he's making any more movies though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Somehow he's retired as far as I know.
Yeah.
I wasn't like George Romero making movies until he died or something.
Mhm.
I don't know his full story. But he was making a lot of zombie movies right before the end. Like it was one every decade right after Night of the Living Dead, and then just like the last couple of years is like one every couple of years. He went back to his indie roots.
Mhm.
He's like, screw corporations.
Yeah. That's a Night of the Living Dead, like the original. Very interesting, like, movie on, like, morality, too, kind of building off what Nolan said. Because, you know, like, there's that relationship. Sorry for any spoilers here. I hope that's okay. Is that okay on the radio? Can we talk about spoilers in movies?
I'm thinking sure if it's like a movie from 1960s,
Oh, yeah.
it'll be fine.
It's their fault if they haven't seen it yet.
And it's in the public domain, surprisingly.
Oh, there you go.
We could steal it.
You can go
somehow.
on archive.org and find it.
Yeah, we should do something.
Oh,
edit
sick.
it somehow.
Yeah, just throw that,
re-release
like,
it.
the
Commentary, maybe. I don't know.
"They're coming to get you, Barbara."
That's my favorite line.
Yeah, pretty good. But yeah, you know, like the relationship that happens between the woman and then the guy who kind of like helps her out. And then she escapes the house and meets up with these rednecks the next day, and they're just like hunting zombies for sport sort of thing. And
Yeah.
then they get back to the house and he's a zombie now, and she's like, "Oh my god, my heart's broken, you're dead." And then wants to try and like keep him alive, but he gets butchered by these like hicks, and it's If you haven't seen it, go watch it. Sorry for spoiling it.
You're listening to the Garrett Perry podcast on 88.7 CFUR. Enter in those times. Those are just only slightly disturbing to the listener. It's like, wait, we were just talking about a movie, and then this asshole got in the way.
How dare you? How dare you, Mr. Host?
Christmas movies. It's Christmas time. I always like to talk about... I haven't seen this movie in years, but it definitely scarred me. It was Gremlins.
Oh.
And it was early on. They were listening to a Christmas album, and it was just like a slow suspense scene when the Gremlins are first...
Are both movies in Christmas? I thought it was like Gremlins 2, was it?
They're in like
Maybe it was
the
Gremlins.
building, like the Empire State Building or something like that.
I think that's in Gremlins 2.
Yeah.
It's Christmas time.
Yeah.
But they're in a home scene, I believe.
I think it's probably in both that they're in Christmas. I haven't seen them for a long time either, but I remember like snow being on the ground and like a pool full of water, but I think it was like frozen.
It was an indoor
in the first
pool.
one. It was an indoor pool?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the second one was awesome, too.
Yeah, so funny.
Yeah, I think they were both Christmas-esque. Didn't they get Mogwai for Christmas or whatever? Or I can't remember his name. That's the species it was.
Mogwai?
Mogwai.
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 Oh, that's the name of the Furby thing, right?
Yeah. When
Okay.
they're not gremlins.
When they're not, yeah.
Yeah,
and
what
they're
was
Furbies.
the name of it then?
I can't remember his name actually.
Yeah.
Gizmo.
Gizmo, yeah, there it is.
Yeah, voiced by the ever-popular Howie Mandel.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa. That's cool. Fun fact.
Fun fact.
Yeah. I don't know. Christmas movies, it's silly. Die Hard, obviously. That's always...
Yeah, that's a
up
good
on-
one.
up
I'm glad
there.
that became a Christmas classic because now it just gives the
Mhm.
people an excuse to see it. And it's such a classic film through and through.
Yeah.
Remember, we're just being at home and like, oh, shoot, Die Hard's on. I don't care what else is on.
Yeah.
And just it was halfway through. Still great.
What about that Tim Allen movie where it becomes Santa Claus? And he's
Oh.
slowly transforming into like a fatter version of himself who gives
The
out
first
gifts.
one is awesome, but didn't they
Yeah.
go crazy and make like 8 of them or something?
Yeah,
I think it's like 5 or 4 or something, but
yeah.
the first one's a classic. I'd give you that. I think any movie that has a Christmas tone that isn't overtly terrible, and even if it is overtly terrible, can become a Christmas classic.
Mm-hmm.
I guess Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. All the actors in that were Canadian, apparently. Apparently they went to Canada to do the audio for that
Oh.
claymation, but the rest of it's made in America.
You know what I find actually like super terrifying is claymation.
Really?
I think visually it's like one of the most unsettling things. Yeah, maybe it's from watching like Indiana Jones as a kid, like the face melting when they look at the Ark.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's all like clay and
They'll put it in the microwave or something
Yeah.
and melt them.
But watching that, like, what's that? Newt, the Pengu.
Pingu.
Oh man, it does things to me, bad things.
Really?
It freaks me out, man. Yeah.
So you don't like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer then?
no, I don't.
Brutal.
It's spooky. Like it's unnatural. I don't know.
Just the movement is weird.
Yeah, the juddery kind of, and it's almost like the Grudge, like it's coming towards you, sort of thing. And
Early, like King Kong in 1933.
that it looks a little bit too silly. It's more so the clay stuff. I think they had like little dolls for King Kong, but
It was a metal skeleton, yeah, but
Yeah.
also it couldn't control the fur, right? So that's why it looks like it was blowing in the wind all the time.
It was all clay on the outside.
No, it was real fur. It was. They made I think so.
Oh wow!
I remember watching the behind the scenes documentary on King Kong, the new one, and they brought the skeleton of the original King Kong in, and it was just the bare skeleton at this point. I bet all the fur or something fell off of it over time.
That's cool. Yeah, I love hearing about little like animatronics and robots that they use for films. You know,
Yeah.
like Bruce, the shark from Jaws.
I didn't know it had a name.
Yeah, they called it Bruce, which I think maybe that's why in
I saw
Finding Nemo
Jaws.
they called it the shark Bruce.
Oh, no homage.
Maybe homage, yeah. So
The vegetarian shark.
fish are friends,
Not
not food. What a charming show. But yeah, like apparently Jaws was a nightmare for Spielberg because that darn
Animatronic shark.
animatronic shark is just so much trouble to work with.
That's probably one of the bigger reasons why I went to make all the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park digital.
Yeah.
There's a lot of practical effects.
Yeah, there was actually a lot of rubber dinosaurs and stuff.
I can't remember what it is, but there's only like 11 minutes of CGI, I think, in the whole movie.
Yeah, I read that fact about Terminator 2 as well.
Oh.
They had a lot of practical effects, very few. It was like such a groundbreaking digital effects movie, but there's actually very few digital shots in it.
Yeah.
Just the stuff that they could never, ever do, I guess.
Yeah, Terminator 2 is amazing. It's a good movie. It's a cool franchise. It's gone to weird places.
I love the newest one that came out, the Genesis one. It was good.
That's the one with, it's got Batman, what's his name?
No, that one was terrible.
Oh, okay.
That was Terminator Salvation.
Okay, Salvation, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that one was terrible.
Okay.
That one.
The one where the young Sarah Connor, when she's like 20 or in her teens or something.
Yeah,
Late
they like
teens?
recast Sarah Connor, and she's smaller this time. And she's like, the twist was that when John Connor came back for her, it wasn't John Connor. It was when Kyle Reese came back for her. She was prepared
I was gonna
for
say,
him.
isn't John Connor her son? So that'd be a weird.
No,
like,
yeah.
I'm my own grandpa.
Yeah, and the big twist in that movie is that
He's a robot, right?
John Connor was taken over, and he is a robot, and they're kind of like in a new universe in 2017 or something. It was pretty cool.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed it.
yeah, a cool little like universe, right?
Yeah, and then it kind of made me have more respect for Terminator 3. Kind of like, oh, that's just a different universe now. It's just like that one.
They like retcon the whole thing.
Yeah, I wasn't too big of a fan of that one. It was a good action movie, but it's like, I don't know. I just wish that the actor of John Connor came back. I would have been.
But he was probably like in a wheelchair with like a cane and stuff. He's pretty old now, isn't he?
The actor of John Connor, the
'Cause
kid
he
from
was-
Terminator 2.
Oh, from T2. Never mind. I thought you were talking about the guy who came back originally in like Terminator 1, having that guy back again. I was picturing him, but just like super old. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's not.
and
the
then
case.
Terminator Genesis, they had the molten metal Terminator 2, but he was Asian this time. But they could have potentially recast the guy who played the liquid metal guy in Terminator 2, but I guess he's just old now. That was his reason. He looks a little different. He's in a TV show that they played on CKPG, and I remember just being thrown off. I was like, I recognize that guy.
Why
I
is
had to-
this liquid robot in the show?
No, he didn't look like the liquid robot guy anymore.
Yeah, I recognized him when I seen him. He does look.
I think
a
I had to
little
Google it and look him up on IMDb, and I'm like, oh, of course. Is this John Connor?
yeah.
Have you seen John Connor?
Talk about like sci-fi here. Have you guys ever heard of a movie called Event Horizon?
Yeah.
Oh, pretty good, hey?
Yeah, it was a weird show.
It is weird. It's almost like Hellraiser meets Alien, I suppose.
Hellraiser in space.
Yeah, Hellraiser in space. And then they
Everything's
actually
better in
made
space.
everything's better in space. Nice. I think they made a Hellraiser that was actually in space.
Cool.
But yeah, this movie came out first and it was much better. So it's got
Just
Sam Neill.
stole the idea. Sam Neill is great.
Sam Neill's so good. And Lawrence Fishburne. He's
yeah,
also
Lawrence
in that
Fishburne
movie.
is in there. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I like both those actors.
Yeah.
Samuel L. Jackson.
No, he's not in this one. Sorry,
No,
Garrett.
he looks like.
It's not that perfect.
I just imagine them as other people when I'm watching them in movies. Watching Pulp Fiction, Lawrence Fishburne.
Nice. Oh yeah, I love CSI with Samuel L. Jackson. So good.
So good.
Yeah. So one thing I wanted to talk about on the air today was film scene in Prince George.
Oh, yeah.
What are you guys' thoughts on this? Like, it's changed a lot over the last like 10 years, 15 years, I would say. We had nothing even close to a film scene, I would say, but now it's sort of progressing a lot.
Yeah, it was kind of cool. I had a couple episodes ago, Jeff the Ninja, John
Chubby. I hope you're listening,
It's
Chubster.
Chubby. I wonder if he listens to the show now. He comes on. Oh, the camera died.
Camera died.
Intermission.
Oh, boo, boo, doo, doo, boo. Intermission time. Bum, 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 doo, 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 doo. Passing it over to Nolan.
Oh no.
Boo, boom, boo, doo, doo. Back over to me. Oh, and back over to Garrett. Boop, boop, ba-doo.
You're listening to 88.7 CFUR, the Garrett Perry podcast with Nolan Allan and the scat man himself, Devon Kavanagh. Jazz hands.
Yeah, so let's go back to that. John Chuby. What a force. He is...
I love the fact that he brought his film talents to Prince George and then executed them, started making projects, and then getting film grants. So at least getting some money into the film scene too. I'm imagining people get paid being on a project that has a budget.
Yeah, I think most of the budget obviously goes to like making it happen, right? I don't know if there was much of like wages passed around or anything like that, but
I think that would be important to me. If I won a grant, I'd be like, first let's get everybody paid and then see what kind of innovative stuff we could do with the rest.
See how many chopsticks we could put together.
Yeah. That's the problem though. If you pay all your people, you can't afford those chopsticks.
Yeah.
So, but that's like low budget filmmaking. Another buddy of ours, Dan Stark, sort of throw last names out there too. Daniel, I hope you're listening. I love you.
Daniel Stark. He's making out. He's getting ready to pull down his pants for you.
But, this guy right here, and I know you talked about this on the last podcast, but he was thinking about going to school for film, kind of taught himself a little bit on YouTube, and after watching, interviews with Quentin Tarantino and all that stuff, decided to take that money he was going to put towards school into creating a feature-length production. And
so he made one in Prince George?
Made one in Prince George, yeah. We shot over summer, probably 2014, and it was insane. Like, it was, every night shooting from, 8 o'clock till, 6 in the morning sort of thing. That's what you gotta do if you want to make movies. You gotta sweat a little, right?
Yeah.
But I would say for anyone interested in, film, take a page out of that book, write a script, or team up with someone who wants to be a writer, get them to write the script, work with them on a project, and then just save up money and put that money in towards making that project happen rather than going to school for it.
Yeah, that's what Kevin Smith's philosophy too, right? He was halfway through film school when he came up with that, and that's why he dropped out to get half of his tuition back or something that he was able to do.
Oh, yeah.
So he kind of rushed around to do that, moved back home. But with the connections that he made in film school, too, is a big thing.
It's huge. The connections you make can go a long way. Myself, I went to school for both acting and documentary film. And now that was all in Vancouver. I've moved away from Vancouver. I'm back in my, pseudo hometown. I wasn't born here, but
stomping grounds.
My stomping grounds. Woohoo! But I spent all that money on loans, and all my connections are away from here. So it's a little bit tough. I can't really call on them to do projects anymore. I gotta rely on people I've networked with since coming back, which is the two of you. And
others.
Jeff. Like John. Or
I get confused because on his Facebook was changed to Jeff too the whole time.
Well, he wrote, directed, and starred in his Jeff and the Ninja, and so that's his character he plays now in real life, I guess, or on Facebook land.
Yeah,
Jeff.
I'm sure he'll change it back eventually. And he's like, "Whoa, my name is John." Just like, "Oh, you're telling me now this on the air?" Like,
yeah. Oh, that guy is a powerhouse, man. He wrote and directed that whole series and pitched it to Story Hive, got the funding, and just organized everything. He had some other people working with him, obviously, but for the main portion of it, he's the driving force, right? He's making sure people are keeping up the deadlines and stuff, managing the whole thing. And then on top of it all, at that time, I think he was expecting his first kid. So you're going to be a dad in a couple months, but you're working on this film project, this video project, right? So it's a little crazy. So
yeah, I think it's really cool. It's admirable. People do that. I just kind of wish some of the projects that he worked so hard on kind of go a little further. They're kind of out there for the masses to consume, but just after the initial release of the 6 episodes, just kind of faded away.
Well,
a little bit.
it's all on YouTube now. It's on the Story Hive section of Telus. If you go onto the Optic TV, you'll see it all
Right.
there.
I've watched some documentaries on there. It'd be kind of cool.
Check it out. It's actually really funny. Like, it's good. And if you think about it, coming out of Prince George, you wouldn't even be able to tell. You would not be able to tell. You wouldn't think it came out of a place like this, but it
No,
did.
they did a lot of digital effects, make
Yeah.
it look like Vancouver or something.
Yeah. And, a lot of the time people are trying to, like, when you're making films in Canada, you want it to appeal to a broader audience. So you try and eliminate Canadian things out of it,
Yeah.
which I'm so glad that John did not. It's so Canadian, and it's so great. And I talking about it coming out of Prince George and being a bad thing, it's not a bad thing. I think it's just a testament to show, like, how far this film in Prince George has, like, come over the last, like, 10,
Yeah,
15
it's like
years.
a Prince George born and bred. We had a movie shot here, Hello Destroyer, but it was filmmakers from Vancouver coming up here and using us as a location, which I would include in the Prince George film market.
Yeah, they shot at CN Center, and they, got. I'm sure there's probably a couple listeners that have.
Yeah, they
or
had
actually
over
extras.
2,000 people show up as just extras
Yeah,
for this fictional game of hockey.
yeah, and how exciting is that? Again, film, it's booming.
It was awesome. I'm glad that they had so many people. I don't think they were expecting that many people to show up.
Yeah,
They kind of rallied Prince George, and the movie's a little weird.
did you watch it?
Yeah,
I didn't even know it was released yet.
I saw it in theaters. It's available on demand, digital download and stuff.
Give me a number out of 10. What'd you think? Honest opinion.
Oh man, I loved it just because he's so many things of Prince George. I act in it. I get to play man number 3.
What a prestigious role.
I know, man. If you blink, you miss me. But also in that scene when 2,000 people showed up to the CN Center, there's a quick shot of me in there too. So
Sick.
there's a couple spots. But that one, really, you can blink and miss me.
Yeah.
It's just like quick pan shot of the hockey player, and I'm kind of out of focus in the background, banging on the ice like everybody else.
Yeah,
But it's pretty cool.
that's fun. I think.
I don't know how to give it an honest out of 10 because it's shot with close-ups. It's like a heart wrencher. It's not really a heart
it's
wrencher.
a drama. I thought it was like a comedy.
No, it's like I'd definitely say it's a drama more, but it's also a tragedy too. But that might be a spoiler.
Let's leave it at that, so people can still watch it and
Yeah.
be fine with it. Unlike all the other movies we spoiled tonight.
Yeah, spoiling Night of the Living Dead.
Uh,
Zombies.
How dare they? Oh, still though, if you haven't seen that movie, watch it. It's good. Black and white films, they got a lot of class to them.
Clerks.
Yeah. Oh,
The black and white gave it more class than what it did if they shot it in color, probably.
I just want to say for GP Does.
Yeah, it's different.
For GP Does in our episode with Dan Johnson. If you haven't watched it, go check it out on YouTube. Oh, I love the homage to Kevin Smith. Having it black and white, just like Clerks. Oh, so good. And the song itself, Kevin Smith had a heart attack. It gets me. I love that song. It's emotional. Yeah.
At the very end, on the credits, I don't know, it's kind of like a blink and you miss it kind of moment, but I put the credits like Smodcast with Kevin Smith, audio, Scott Mosier, all the classic Kevin Smith, the camera by David Klein.
Nice.
It was pretty cool.
Nice.
But no one said anything about it. I don't know.
It's just subtle, man.
It
That's
is.
all
It is a real subtle thing that we did, and then it's just like that was still in black and white, and then it was like a snap to color, and then we put the real names and the GP Does logo.
Yeah. No, it's cool. It was a cool episode. And sorry, Fudge. Dan is so talented. So talented.
Yeah, they just released a new album. I put it out there on the last one. It's called Of Dogs and Days. It's available on Bandcamp. You could just listen to it, but you should buy it too. It's only $5. The first song is called Pizza Boy. I showed it to Nolan. He pointed out that song. It's awesome. It's a really fun song, he said.
Yeah, it's very entertaining.
Cool.
Maybe we should like pitch a music video for him. Like, hey, let's make a music video for Pizza Boy.
I love pizza.
Delivering pizzas and stuff.
Yeah, just eating it in the car, giving people like a pizza -1 slice sort of thing. Oh, I'd be such a bad delivery driver.
You'd get fired on your first day.
But I'd have free pizza.
This is the Garrett Perry Podcast, 88.7. See if you are.
It's supposed to be a story about a pizza boy becoming a pizza man, though.
Oh,
yeah, like
coming of age story for a pizza boy man.
We could cast Camille McDonald in it, and it'd be like life reflecting art, reflecting life retrospective.
Yeah. She's also a very inspirational person, I would say.
Yeah, she had an awesome job working full time, making content, being a filmmaker, and then anchoring. And then she left all that to start her own company and stayed within Prince George, making a film company, Pop Media. Camille McDonald and Dan Johnson. She hired her boyfriend.
Family business right there.
Yeah.
Support local business.
Pop Media and husband. Oh, wait, no, they're not even...
Not married.
Not married.
Come on, this is 2018. You don't need to be married.
Yeah, exactly. What is this? Labels. I'm offended. I just triggered myself, guys.
Oh, gosh. Trigger warning.
Trigger warning.
Yeah. 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 You know, that's one thing I'd like to see in Prince George is definitely, again, going back to film here, is like I want to see groups of filmmakers. I want to see like contests for these groups to encourage them to make films locally, be it documentary, narrative, even music videos. We have a lot of musicians here. Like, why not put on some sort of citywide contest for these folks? You know?
Yeah.
I think that'd be so cool, so radical. Just like letting musicians get out there and get people to come to like a showing sort of thing.
Yeah, screening at the Playhouse or something.
Yeah, something like that. I think that'd be wild. I know that was that Norm Coyne?
Yeah.
His name? I know that he tried to do, or did do, sorry. He did do a couple horror film festivals. Screaming Room.
Okay.
Very clever name. Screaming, very clever. And then, yeah, they had local artists submit horror films to it, and it was actually pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
He's made he made a feature-length film. He produced it in in Barkerville.
Barkerville, yeah, the Sherlock Holmes thing.
Yeah, it was like a Stephen King story, too.
Yes.
To boot. So they got everything going for him.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. I want to see it now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they're done filming it. I don't know if it's ever been released.
The post side, as you know, obviously, the post side of filmmaking is like the longest side. I know you guys were talking about importance of audio versus visual, like being a 70-30 split.
Yeah.
It's about the same for the actual like editing versus shooting phase, I would say, too. 70% of your time is spent in the editing suite. It's nuts.
It's the least fun process of it.
It can be, for sure.
I like editing.
Yeah. It's where it comes to life, you know?
Yeah.
That's the coolest thing. You get to see that image you had in your head come to life. And that's special. Oh, getting sentimental here. Oh.
It's all the Christmas feels. You got it's the one time of year where you're allowed to let yourself feel love and stuff.
Yeah, stuff. See, again, it's all about context, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, you guys listen to that Boney M Christmas?
No.
I think that's probably like the best Christmas album out there. You guys got any
Boney M
contenders for that one? Or
I have like the best of he's like a classic guy. Frank Sinatra, I think.
Oh,
Christmas. Yeah. I'm not sure. That one was pretty good. I don't think it was Frank Sinatra. Maybe it was. But it was really cool.
There's someone out there saying, oh, it's this person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was going to do like a Christmas portion of my next show when I play records. And the only one I could find was Bob and Doug's album. They do a Christmas. They do the 12 Days of Christmas. I
have something special for you.
You do?
I have a vinyl that's like Elvis Christmas.
A Christmas Elvis.
Yeah.
I've seen those before, but
Yeah.
I've never bought one.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
If you want it for your next show, I'll definitely send it your way. But yeah, it's pretty good.
I don't know. My last Christmas album that I bought was last year. Is Sharon Jones.
Oh, no way.
It's a Holiday.
And the
Soul
Dap
Party.
Kings.
Yeah.
I love her. She is so good. May she rest in peace.
I don't know. I just seen a track called "Ain't No Chimneys in the Projects," and I was like, I'm gonna buy this.
Ain't no
Ooh.
chimney in the project. She's
Like,
like
it's political as well.
so good. She's awesome. So I'm guessing the Christmas album is awesome.
Yeah, it's really good.
Twisted Sister did a Christmas album, and it's pretty good, really high energy. They did We're Not Gonna Take It, but they switched out the lyrics to Oh Come All Ye Faithful. And it's just, that's so grand.
That's
It's
cool.
just nice to
That's
hear
cool.
like familiar songs done completely different, like funk and soul,
Just sort of reimagined. Yeah.
instead of the usual stuff you
Yeah.
hear in the mall.
Yeah.
Oh, there's only one song in the mall that I like that they play, and that's Paul McCartney. We're simply having a wonderful Christmas time. That one's good. That one gets me, but everything else is crap.
Man, I've always loved that little drummer boy song.
Oh,
I think it just-
ba-dum-bum.
Ba-da-da-da-dum-dum. I think it just
Okay.
makes me feel like a kid again. Like every time
Yeah,
I
that
hear
is
it,
that's a good one.
I'm like, instantly 8 years old
They
again.
play that song like 3 or 4 times on The Office all the way through.
Oh yeah.
Angela loves it.
Yeah. That show is really good. The Office.
I've watched it to death. I think it's almost time to let it rest in peace. In my, it's like, I used
Somebody
to
needs
watch
to steal your season of The Office.
my no,
Like Seinfeld.
That'd be terrible.
Have you told that story on your podcast before?
I made a video about it once, but I didn't
Mhm.
tell it on the podcast yet. I don't think.
Oh, it's not like a huge story. It's just like pizza delivery guy stole your Seinfeld collection, right?
Yeah, it's just an episode of Seinfeld that never got produced.
What a guy! What a guy!
I'd watch that. That sounds like a really funny episode of Seinfeld. Maybe like another series could steal it. I don't know what kind of sitcoms are popular today, or that story could fit.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about. Did you watch that YouTube video? College students react to Seinfeld.
No.
It would probably disappoint you, the new generation.
Yeah, I watch it now, and I'm like a little disappointed in myself because there's a laugh track,
Yeah.
and I don't dig on that too much nowadays.
No.
It's like telling me when to laugh. It's kind of like bums me out now.
It's
and
too,
when I watch The Big Bang Theory, same feelings. I'm bummed out. I'm like,
I feel like it's there to encourage people to like think it's funny when it's not actually funny.
yeah,
Like remove the laugh track and how many jokes are actually good.
I don't know.
Oh, there's this one YouTube video where they do it on an episode of Friends where they take out the laugh track, and it's the scene where Ross,
Oh, yeah.
somebody in the office eats his Christmas leftover turkey sandwich, and they remove the laugh track and put in this horror theme
Yeah.
soundtrack.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Oh, people on the internet, man, they're crazy.
The Moist Maker.
Dun dun dun.
That was a great YouTube video.
Yeah.
Highly recommended.
Oh, did you see the trailer for like that new Winnie the Pooh movie?
No.
Holy!
I've seen clips actually, so maybe I have seen a trailer.
The first time I saw a trailer for it, like the way Winnie the Pooh is animated, he looks terrifying. And like they played off this family-friendly movie in the trailer, and the only thing I could think of was like, this needs to be recut as a horror film, and it could be amazing. Like Jude Law being stalked by this like really scary-looking teddy bear. Because there's a part where he walks into a kitchen in the trailer. Jude Law walks into a kitchen, and then it's just Pooh standing on the shelf, like in the corner of the room, kind of like where you'd see like, I don't know, like the nun or something from like Insidious, just like hanging out there, you know? Like, oh, I don't know if anyone ever did it. I saw a few that were pretty badly made, so I'm waiting for a good one still, but
Just throwing it out there. Anybody who's good at editing has the cut of the Winnie the Pooh movie.
yeah, you can make some YouTube monies. Why don't we do that?
I don't know.
We should do that.
Do something cool.
Yeah, do something for the YouTubes. Go viral.
Let's go viral. Virus.
Hmm.
STDs.
Mm.
Sex TDs.
Sex TDs. They changed it now, isn't it? Like STI now?
Oh, yeah.
That was changed
I'm
like
triggered
years
now.
ago.
I'm triggered.
Those changed years ago.
It's not a disease, it's an infection.
It's not a disease anymore.
I think it's because disease is something that is more long-term than an infection. Infection is short-term, goes away in a week, like crabs. I've never had crabs. Does it actually go away in a week?
What? I don't know.
All right.
No, I think you have to shave your pubis hairs. Yeah. You have to get some crab
Something
shampoo.
like that,
You have to treat it, yeah. I think it's for life. You would get a big crab colony, maybe you could start selling crab by the pound.
Yeah.
Like you're starting rumors. It never goes away.
It never leaves you.
It's a disease, not an infection.
I'm triggered.
Oh my goodness. Do you ever get like callers calling in and be like, yo, Garrett, you ever like ask the audience, like, hey audience?
I don't know how to do the phone anymore. There used to be like a cool physical phone here. And was that a phone? What's that?
That's support for the
that's
monitor.
Support. It looked like a phone for a second.
You know what though? I guess like it's 2018. We have YouTube. We have comments.
Yeah,
You
people could.
You can like and subscribe our videos online, and that's pretty cool if you do that.
Yeah,
so.
it'd be kind of cool to have more subscribers than videos.
Yeah.
I just counted all the public videos I have on YouTube, and there's 139.
Just delete some. That's how you fix that.
And I have 125 subscribers.
Whew. But you have a couple videos on there that have like a ton of views, don't you?
Some of the very early ones.
Yeah.
There's one in particular that has 100,000 views.
Yeah, see, that's insane. Who can say they have a video with 100,000 views?
I had another friend in school that had a cat video that had like 300,000 views, and I'm like, oh man.
See, that's where the money is.
You're not going to win against a cat, though.
I know. It's like maybe I should make my own cat videos. I have a cat now.
There you go.
Here's something funny that my friend pointed out the other day, and it's my sister's cat, but this cat has a very specific design on this face that I never noticed. But it's literally a dick and balls. It's going up her forehead, and her whisker part is all white, and those are the balls. And the shaft goes up her forehead.
Can you say that? The shaft on the forehead. That's. I don't think that's radio appropriate.
Are you censoring me? Are you triggered?
So triggered.
But it's a cat. It's black and it has a white dick and balls on its head. What's so wrong about that?
It's just nature, I guess.
It's nature. I never noticed this. My friend noticed it, and now I can't unsee it. And I had to tell my sister, and now she's not talking to me anymore. No, just kidding.
You have PTSD now.
The cat. I can't love it anymore. No, just kidding.
It's a totally different kitty now. Dirty kitty. Just crazy, you know. Like people out there, they see shapes and everything. You know, have you heard of like the Jesus on the toast and things like that?
So you think this guy is like a Rorschach design, and you just like
Maybe
he wanted to see it, but now that he told me, it's like I can't unsee it. But that's true. I never saw it first.
Picture it as like a noisemaker. You know what I mean?
I think if I take a picture of this cat and put it somewhere, I think it'd go viral.
Just imprint it right now over the viz. Just boop. If you're listening on the radio and you want to actually see this cat with the dick on its head,
take a look at our video. You're watching it right now.
What's our timestamp?
It's 52 minutes into it and something seconds.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. You don't even have to watch the whole thing. Just cut to that spot. We're going to put an ad right before it, though, so we get some money. Give us your money.
I don't know if I'm allowed to put ads on my video. I think they took away my...
Yeah, you got to be like a partner or something like that.
A YouTube partner, and you have to have like each of your videos hit 10,000 views, and 20 views ain't cutting it, so they took away my...
See, that's something, if you go to film school, the teachers don't know that kind of thing, and you're not going to learn important things like, how do I make money off YouTube? That's something you look online for.
Google
or watch a YouTube video on how to make money on YouTube.
Yeah, you make all your money from selling stuff.
Ad revenue.
Yeah. Not ad revenue, like selling merchandise. Having something else to sell. Like there's people that
we should
have a small audience, and they say write a book, and then they sell that book. And
we should open up an Etsy shop, sell my CDs, the Pink Riot CDs.
Pink Riot, yeah.
Sell original paintings.
Pink Riot's a hoot.
It is a hoot.
It's a hoot. You remember that idea we talked about for doing like a weird kind of Spinal Tap?
That's why a lot of YouTubers sell T-shirts too.
Yeah, no, I wrote a script for Pink Riot. It's 12 pages long right now. I'm trying to get a digital format of it, but it's all on paper right now.
Yeah.
And I don't have the proper script writing program on my Mac.
Oh, there's tons. Celtics, that's a good one.
Free for Mac?
Yeah, I would assume so. Mac is weird, though.
Yeah.
They're out there. You could use Google to find one, though.
Shout out to Google.
This episode sponsored by Google.
It's Skynet of our generation. They know everything. They know more about me than I know about me. Google is... You ever get, like, those ads showing up on... They're, like, things that you just thought about?
Thought about or talked about. I think usually it comes when you talk about a product or something, and then it shows up.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a friend that was just like, oh, I'm going to get a gerbil. You just start saying stuff like that, and you start getting gerbil ads. Like,
I have had a case with Facebook where I never talked about it, but I bought something, and it's never in my house, and that exact product showed up in my feed. So there's only one way they could have got that particular product, and that's by using the camera in my phone.
Weird.
Yeah.
those assholes.
Weird.
I don't feel safe with them.
And you know what? We're going on with talking about like Alex Jones and stuff.
Oh,
you know
we're almost out of time, actually.
Oh, are we?
Well, we got like 2 minutes left. We could talk about Alex Jones.
That was an hour, right there. Yeah, well, we were talking about Alex Jones earlier and talking about conspiracy theories and stuff. Yeah. That's one right there. But it's weird.
But it's something that everybody's experienced too. This is not like an undocumented phenomenon.
Yeah. I'm just saying, I didn't talk about it. They literally just use the camera and they're targeting ads through the camera.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy. How ethical is that? You know, is that even ethical?
They say they're not doing it, but I just have no other explanation to how they were targeting that.
Yeah, it's just like you want to take out all the microphones out of your house. Go off the grid,
but
get
that's
a
why
pager.
It's funny.
You want to talk to me? Page me.
People are talking like that, but then they'll go buy a Google Home.
I definitely would not buy a Google Home.
Me neither, or Alexa thing or whatever.
Oh,
the Amazon
scary,
one.
man.
None of that.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. It's weird. It's a weird world we're living in. You know, we could try one of those experiments right now. Let's see if it works. You know, we talk about. I want to go buy a diamond ring. You know, I need a diamond ring. Hold your phone up to the speaker right now. It's going to detect this diamond ring that you're searching for.
Yeah, and then if that diamond ring shows up on your feed after just having your phone listen to this podcast.
Yeah, diamond ring.
Diamond ring. 24 karat.
Gold.
Cuban zirconium. Oh, wait, no, that's the opposite of diamond.
Yeah.
Ooh, real Cuban zirconium. This has been the Garrett Perry Podcast on 88.7 CFUR. Thank you so much for listening, even though you had to. You could have changed the channel, so I guess there's a hole in my logic right there. So
thanks, everybody.
Thanks, everybody. Especially the people who watch on YouTube. If you made it to the very end, we salute you.
We're giving you a thumbs up, salute, double salute.
I'm in the corner of the video, and I'm smiling. Thanks for listening.